All right, and we're ready to go with LivelyRaccoon's Bomberman 64. Take it away.
All right. Hello, everybody. I'm LivelyRaccoon. This is Kirkq, and we'll be playing Bomberman 64: The Second Attack. So you might be wondering, why the heck does Kirkq have a controller right now? We'll answer that in a second. But we ready to go? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. All right. So to start out this run, we are pretty weak. We don't really have any power-ups. So the first part of this run is really trying to collect power-ups and get money, because we want 1,000 gold to be able to get a full power upgrade at the end of each level. And so Kirkq is playing Pommy right now. And the reason that Kirkq isn't listed as a co-op runner is because he's pretty much useless in many ways, really. But in the game, he can't really do much other than like pick up power-ups or like knock out some enemies. So anytime he does something useful, then, you know, it's really a great job, Kirk. You know, you really took out that enemy here.
It wasn't even in the way, but it will be. It will be later.
Right.
Yeah, so like he said, basically all I can do as the Pommy character is stun enemies and pick up items, more or less. These bats, they're gonna get in the way though. That one's good. That one was good too. I didn't.
Yeah, they were both good, but you know. All right, this is all you.
Got him.
Look at this guy.
Grab the items.
Oh yeah, I forgot you could do that. Oops. So since Kirkq grabbed a bomb upgrade earlier, I actually had enough bombs to do that little jump there. You want him to dash at the start of this fight. I did not get that. Hopefully he'll do it here.
So normally this game has 7 bosses that you would fight in each of the 7 main levels. In this run, we are doing bad endings, so we will only be doing the first 5 levels. Lively takes an intentional death here to set up a cutscene skip. Okay, so you saw the ladder go down. That means he hit the object he needed to hit to trigger the pipe up ahead to stop pouring out water.
Oh my god.
That was terrible. I was trying to commentate and hit the guy at the same time.
Unbelievable.
It didn't go so well. It wasn't in the way, man. Come on.
Oh wow. I'm just... Oh. All right, there you go.
This first level goes really fast. We'll have a little more time to talk about mechanics probably in the second and third level. This is a pretty big skip, so there's a switch under that grate there. And so we're standing on an invisible wall there on the steam. We jumped over that, and he's gonna clip into this grate with the big bomb, which opens the final door in the level. Normally, you would have to go forward through the level and then backtrack, which would take quite a bit of time.
So here we're hoping to see some gold drops. We got literally nothing. It's unfortunate, but it happens. So we're just gonna clear this room to open the door back up to that room and do it again.
Yeah, we need 1,000 money between levels. Nope. We're gonna stand here till we get it too. We need at least 950 here. That's good. So we do need to kill the enemy in the last room to get another 50, but that'll get us to 1,000.
I almost triggered the cutscene there. If you blow up that little thing in the top left of that screen, then you actually trigger a cutscene, which we skipped earlier with that clip. So each gravity generator has these little pillars, and you want to blow up all the pillars. There we go. And once you unlock all the pillars, then the force field that's protecting the gravity generator will go away, and then you can hit the gravity generator twice, and that will end the level. So that should do it right there.
So I actually, as the second player, Pommy, I don't get to play in boss fights, and I don't get to play in gravity generator rooms. Pommy sits and like hides and cowers in the corner.
So here we'll be buying our first full power upgrade, and what that'll do for us is it'll get us full firepower, full bombs, the ability to kick bombs, remote bombs, the ability to throw bombs. So basically you really need it at the start of every single level.
All right, this door is a very, very tall, invisible wall. It actually extends kind of over where I'm standing as Pommy right now. So he has to go over the top of this door, which skips probably 2 or 3 minutes of the level. That much looks good. Easy,
Nice.
Easy every time. All right, this boss has the worst stuns in the game in terms of like his invulnerability timer. And when you throw him into that backfire, it actually deals 2 damage, whereas everything else deals 1. So you want to tap him on the head to knock him out and just throw him into the fire. So normally it takes 6 hits. I think it's 3 with the fire.
So now this gives us wind bombs, which are probably like the most powerful bombs in the speedrun because they allow us to do some pretty cool skips.
All right, so the rest of this level, we have to get these orbs and place them on these pedestals, so it's probably a good time for a few donation comments.
All right, we definitely have some. We have a $50 donation from Joseph. Don't stop believing. Go runners go. Hope everyone has been having a great time at GDQ. We have a $400 donation from Strawberry104 that says, hype. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, no comment. We have a $100 donation from Uncle Morgan that says, here, money, just take it, no questions. We have a $200 donation from Chaotic Bringer of Chaos that says, you just totally destroyed one of my childhood games, Majora's Mask. So let's continue this pace through Ocarina of Time. Greetings from Germany.
So again here, we need to get 1,000 money in this level.
We actually want to get like kind of close to 2,000 because we want to have full power upgrades for the next 2 levels, and the next level doesn't have that much money in it.
These 2 knights drop a lot of money though, so we should be in decent shape. Don't do it!
I wanted the money, man.
That's my job. I can fall down the hole, you can't fall down the hole.
A good point.
I shouldn't waste much time at all though.
No, it's not a big deal.
In this run, you get 3 intentional deaths where you keep your power-ups, and then If you die after that, you lose all your power-ups, which is really bad, but we should be in good shape. Here's another crazy bomb jump. This one involves using the wind bombs. There's some general like bomb rules in this game. Fire and wind, well, fire bombs you can have 4 out, and they blow up in the cardinal directions. Wind bombs blow up in similar directions, but you can only have 3 out at a time. And then some of the later bombs you can actually only have 1 out. I think it's probably because of just all the textures on the screens from the larger bombs. It probably can't handle as much on the screen. Also, you can only have one of a type of bomb out at a given time. So if he has fire bombs out, he has to blow up his fire bombs before he can switch to wind bombs. This is like the laggiest room in the game. All right, we're gonna put some more orbs on pedestals, so donation comments would probably be a good time.
All right, we have $10 from Coover. Glad to see my favorite Bomberman game still gets love. Those bomb jumps are sick. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous. Anonymous donates $50 with no comment. Literally, the comment is no comment again. This is getting really confusing. What part of this is part of reader's commentary? What part of it is part of the donation? We'll never know.
Was that your commentary or the donor's commentary?
That was definitely the donators. We have a $50 donation from my boy. I hope I'm not too late to donate. Congratulations to everybody involved in such a great event. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous. No comment. We have another $50 donation from Anonymous. No comment.
So that first donation comment actually reminded me, this game is actually very rare. It came out late in the N64 life cycle, kind of around when Conker's Bad Fur Day came out, a little before that though. But this cartridge runs like $100 to $200 online right now, maybe 100 to 120. So it's pretty rare, and people come into your stream when you're streaming this game and they'll be like, I didn't know there was a second Bomberman game on the 64.
Yeah, it's one of 3, technically 4 Bomberman games on the N64, and it's one of 2 good ones.
You know, you played 3 of them.
Yeah, but Hero's not the other good one.
I run Hero, I'm not happy. This guy has spent years of his life insulting Bomberman Hero, and then he ends up running it himself.
Well, you know.
You know, it's not a great game, but it's a pretty good speed game.
Yeah, I agree. I missed one of the pillars here. I think it's that one.
It's that one, you're sitting on it.
I think there's an enemy there that kind of got in the way of that bomb throw that I did earlier.
The genies.
Yeah. Something I'm doing with wind bombs that you might notice is that I'll place a wind bomb and then I'll pick up a bomb while I get hit with the tornado of the wind bomb, and that actually just cancels the animation that Bomberman gets put into when he gets hit by a wind bomb. So you can like pick up bombs and kind of like rotate around when normally you'd just be stuck in an animation for a while.
Yeah, so he was able to lay the bombs a little bit earlier to save, you know, a quarter or half a second or so, as opposed to waiting until he runs into the wall and stops. Here's another crazy clip. This is a modification of a clip from a Japanese runner from a long time ago. So you can push yourself through that invisible wall, which you're not supposed to be down here for another like 2 or 3 minutes. So this skips about half the level. And then there's an invisible wall along basically the entire bottom of the level here. and he blows across, knocks himself into his bomb, and gets past that door. So we're pretty much in the second half of the level right now.
Yeah, that skip can be kind of tough sometimes because you'll just miss it with almost no explanation because your bomb will bounce up and you'll end up going right in between the middle of the two bombs and then you'll just fly off the screen and die. But luckily, I got caught by the bomb there.
I love the dialogue in this game.
Yeah.
This level, Pommy spends almost every room telling Bomberman that he can't swim. Don't go in the water. Going for another clip here. All right, so we're gonna take a tour of the rooms we're skipping. We're skipping this room. We're skipping this room. We're skipping the room down the stairs from there too. And we're just gonna go straight to the boss fight. So this is the second boss. He can do one of three things at any point in time. It's basically shoot his gun, dash at you, or walk around. And anything but walk around is good, and all he's doing right now is walking around. So that's marathon luck for you. But we've gotten pretty good patterns so far. Yeah, if he shoots his gun, basically, if you lay 2 wind bombs in a row, it times it such that it will hit him immediately. Whereas if you only lay 1 bomb, he's still invulnerable. All right, I actually have to do something in this room.
Yeah. And in the next room.
Oh yeah, that one's really important.
Right. So we're not quite at 1,000 gold yet, but we'll get there right in a second here, because this enemy at the top of the screen should drop some.
Yeah, we're rich. I don't know if we pointed this out earlier, but a lot of the rooms in this game require you to kill all the enemies to open the door. And so that's kind of our recurring thing. If you see us killing all the enemies, either we're trying to set up a bomb jump and they're in the way, or you just have to kill them to open the door, which is more common. So every level has a gravity generator room at the end. Kill the 4 pillars, blow up the gravity generator. The plot of this game is such that Bomberman got sucked into a black hole, and the black hole is being maintained by these gravity generators. So you have to destroy the gravity generators to get out of the black hole. And between levels, there's a lot of dialogue for the bosses. You get to kind of see their personality and see them interact with each other a little bit. The US version of this game can skip the cutscenes, the Japanese version can't. So that guy, he's like the final boss. You see his back for like half the run. And again, we buy full power. If this shop didn't exist, the run would be like 5 or 8 minutes slower.
Yeah. All right, important part for Kirkq coming up here.
Oh no.
Oh my God.
No.
This guy.
He runs so fast. All right, he's gone. I'll hold him off.
You know, the computer Pommy gets him like every time.
Have you noticed how slow my character is? It's unreal. Like, I'm gonna race you here. Look at this. Actually, in the US version of this game, Bomberman has 3 speeds, and in the Japanese version, he has 2. So if you play the Japanese version, you're just walking slow the whole game. It's not very fun. so from that previous boss, we got the ice bombs. They have a very long duration in their AoE. I'll talk about that attack in a second. But we're gonna fight a lot of the bosses with the ice bombs now because they last so long and they're pretty likely to hit the boss during their when their invulnerability drops. Bosses after boss 4 in this game. I gotta grab money here. I got it. So bosses after boss 4 in this game will turn orange, and they're going to do a one-hit KO attack when they do that. It's very like scripted, so if you get hit by it, you're having a bad day. One more major thing in this level. So where we're going right now, this statue, when you blow it up, it spawns 4 cards on the level. You need the 4 cards in order to get to the boss. So he kills himself while he's blowing up the statue, which triggers the cutscene, which spawns the 4 cards. Normally you'd see the 4 cards spawn and it would take like 40 seconds or something. So that saves a lot of time. Yeah, so now we're basically just going to walk through the level and kill these 4 cards. And so now would probably be a good time for some donation comments.
All right, we have a $100 donation from Zent that says, "Good morning, SGDQ. Thanks to everyone for such a fantastic event." We have a $5 donation from Dudes on Back Couch. Yo, Bomberman 64 is our literal favorite game ever. The fact that LivelyRaccoon is playing Second Attack makes it even better. This donation goes out to Bomberman 64 fans everywhere. P.S. Goon Gang! We have a $50 donation from Epidel that says, "I played so much Bomberman 64 and Hero as a kid, and I didn't even know this game existed until recently. Very cool to see it at a GDQ. Good luck on the run." We have a $50 donation from No Comment 196 that just says, "Anonymous." We have a $150 donation from Splicer. No comment. Thank you for your donation, Splicer. We have a $250 donation from Looney that says, "Here's to one of my favorite games of all time." We have a $75 donation from G-Stroy that says, "I'm commenting to say no comment."
So I don't know if you saw, I offered him some advice at the beginning of the room. I was like, you should put the cards in the things that look like the cards. Pommy's out here doing the good work. You can probably read a couple more donation comments.
All right. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous. Anonymous donates $50 with the comment, "No comment." That's literally what the comment says. Literally. We have a $10 donation from Azure that says, "Bomberman 64 2 run. This was one of my favorite games as a child growing up, and I also just beat the first Bomberman 64. Let's go." We have a $40 donation from Pins Prez that says, "Thank you to all of the staff, volunteers, and behind-the-scenes individuals that make this amazing event possible." Thank you, Pins Prez.
So that enemy in the back, it's pretty important to get rid of him because he can actually attack you during the cutscene, and he can he'll shoot lightning at you, which will knock you down, and then he can walk over and kill you. And especially, I don't know if you saw the little poker chip coins at the beginning of this level. If you get hit by one of those, they can pretty much combo you to death. I think they deal 2 damage at a time. And you just get hit by them and they combo you until you're dead. So this is a really unique use of lightning bombs here. Lightning bombs have a property that they blow up through walls. The fire bombs will not blow up through walls. Otherwise, they're pretty similar bombs.
Yeah, the lightning bombs also will not like trace the terrain down. So earlier, I was standing on a downslope right next to a lightning bomb, and since lightning bombs don't follow that terrain, I could just stand right next to the explosion.
Yeah, the fire bombs arc down just slightly if there's no ground under them. Final boss guy, remember him.
Coming up on Neverland, which is one of the less eventful levels of the run. A lot of it is just killing these enemies, because what'll end up happening is we activate a switch to open a door, and then we have to come back, do all these rooms again, then fight a boss. So not much is interesting happening here, so you can read a few donation comments.
I will say this level is actually pretty hard to execute on. Killing all of these enemies fast is not easy, and they can kind of just wander off and do unpredictable things, especially in this next room.
Yeah, so pulling that lever drops those electric dogs onto the screen, and then once you clear all those, then you open up that door over there.
This is another tricky room where you have to kill all the enemies. Pretty much every enemy in this game takes different amounts of damage from different types of bombs. So the little robo dogs here, you can one-shot them with the lightning bombs if you line it up right. Whereas that knight in the corner that he just threw the lightning bomb at doesn't even die to a fully charged lightning bomb. All right, you'll notice we've been hanging out at one heart, totally intentional. We're about to go back to the beginning of the level and do about half of that again, and go the other way this time. So now would be a good time for some donation comments.
All right, that's perfect, because we have a $1,000 donation from Anonymous that says, with a comment.
That's absurd.
We have a $25 donation from Hitchy that says, didn't even know there was a second attack of Bomberman 64, so I'm really enjoying this run. Good luck to LivelyRaccoon. We have a $30 donation from Voons that says, Bomberman has the cutest dances and is a very good boy. We have a $35 $5 donation from Lou172 that says, hey, GDQ, I took a week off from work to watch these awesome runs as I do every year, and it has been amazing. I want to say thanks to the runners, staff, tech crew, and of course, everyone watching who helped donate to this cause. Hype! We have a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, Ocarina of Time is bonus game number 6? Yes, please. We have a $200 donation from Micah that says, had the whole family chip in to support this awesome cause. Love this community, and I love what we can do when we work together. We have a $50 donation from Anonymous that says, let's see that Ocarina of Time run.
All right, this boss is probably the trickiest in the run. His hitboxes are not very fair. We're trying to watch out for his ground pound attack, that one. You want to hit him right after he starts it, otherwise he's gonna like dash you, grab you, and kind of stun lock you a little bit. So you always want to bomb next to him at all times. He always dashes after he does that, so that was a really good pattern. For some reason, when he dashes at you, he has this like ridiculous grab hitbox on in front of him, where even if you like kind of get out of the way, he'll give you a hug, man.
And something that can happen is if you're too close to him and you try to hit him with an ice bomb as he dashes, he'll set off the ice bomb, you'll get hit by that, and then he'll grab you, throw you against the wall, and then you'll get hit by that as well. And that can take away your health really quick.
It's actually really common. It's a shame we didn't get to see him mess that up. So this giant metal pillar, you have to blow it up with an earth bomb. Or a lava bomb, I don't know what they call it, but it melts the pillar. And then we're under these bomb rules again where he can only have one earth bomb out at a time. So he has to wait for the earth bomb to finish blowing up before he can make these ice platforms to get across here. How brave you feeling?
Oh, I'm feeling great.
All right.
That spacing was a little questionable, but we made it.
I would have gone for it.
Oh, that's not what that's supposed to do.
Yeah. This is a little tricky bomb slide thing, where if you hit the bomb from the bottom, it actually shoves the bomb forward, which is pretty tricky to do. You wouldn't experience that in normal play at all. All right, one more level. So normally, if you want the good ending in this game, you have to play all 7 planets and beat all 7 bosses. Bad ending, you can either go to the last level early and get the bad ending, or if you beat all 7 bosses and get hit by a one-hit KO from the boss in the middle of this level, it will also send you down the bad ending path. So we're gonna clip through this door. Easy, easy. I didn't even get to talk about it, he did it so fast. Next door, 2 for 2. All right, this room is probably the hardest room in the game casually. Normally you have to go in the left room, blow up something, go in the right room, blow up something, and then go up the center. And every time you go between these rooms, you have to do ice platforms across the bottom of the lava here, which is pretty tricky if you're not used to this game. Even when you're used to this game, it's still a little risky. Ice bombs have this property where the explosion radius determines how big the platform is, so we actually grabbed 2 firepower downs there to keep the platforms smaller so that we're not damaging ourselves as we're going off the lava or across the lava here. And also in the final room, having 1 firepower will make our earth bombs not last as long which will let us kill the enemies faster.
Worth noting that when the ice bomb actually spawns the platform, it doesn't count as having an ice bomb on the screen, so that's why I could switch to wind bombs to wind bomb across those platforms.
One more bomb clip. Retire. Oh no. That was my fault.
He's too busy commentating, forgot about his other job. These enemies do a lot of damage if you get hit by them.
Yeah, the laser from that first enemy that I failed to knock out deals 4 damage. I think the lightning bolts from that guy deal 2, and then they can knock you into other stuff, which could deal 1 or 2. So that's the guy from the first game. I don't know if you remember Regulus from Bomberman 64, but he's in this plot. Basically, that scene was like Regulus saying, "Bomberman, I'll give you my power. I can't do it myself." And so he gave us full health there, and he'd give us remote bombs, firepower, and everything if we didn't have it already.
These guys are really split, which is unfortunate.
This is like I don't know why this enemy is so strong. Uh-oh.
That laser does, I think, 4 health.
I think it's 4.
So I don't want to get hit by it.
That was close.
Oh, this will kill me instantly if it, like, fully... It is a timer, but if you hit yourself, then it doesn't actually go off. Ooh, this is a little sketchy.
It's 3.
Yeah.
All right, I don't get to play anymore, so I'm just going to sit here. This is Ruckafell. This is the guy from the cutscenes earlier. You might recognize the back of his head. He has a lot of health, and he walks around and he throws stuff at you. But like a lot of the other bosses, like, you want him to dash or you want him to, like, throw something at you. You don't want him to walk around because he'll just wander away from your bombs. One thing you learn when you speedrun this game is you do not... That was pretty good, wasn't it?
Sorry.
You do not want to retrace your steps in that fight, because you'll, like, walk forward, and then if you walk back, you'll walk to where he's throwing the sword at you. This fight is actually extremely interesting. He has 3 phases. The first phase is kind of trivial. You just have to really time these bombs. If he kicks too early, he's invulnerable. You can go a little later, but you're wasting a little bit of time. So now he's going to lay bombs, Lively is, on the grid such that it hits the boss in the back. You cannot hit phase 2 in the front. And so he's watching the grid because the wind bombs blow up aligned to the grid. And this is phase 3. In phase 3, you have to hit him in the back or the side when he lands. Also, I just love how they went, like, over the top in programming this guy. Like, jumping around the arena, all the falling boxes, it's so unnecessary and over the top, but I love it.
By the way, all these little sandals that are spawning set your health, set your speed to the minimum, so you go very slow. So I'm trying to avoid all of those and trying to pick up any hearts that drop.
There's a couple spots in the run where we were trying to avoid sandals from, like, enemy drops. Luckily, they never showed up, so it wasn't a problem. This boss is unique to the bad ending. Normally, in the good ending, you would fight an angel, which is a really long fight. In this ending, you're fighting like powered up Sturtoth, which is the name of the enemy in this game. We took a damage there, but we have 4 hearts.
So he has this like kind of weird invulnerability after he attacks. So you kind of want to wait it out after he takes a couple steps. And if you time it completely correctly, you won't have to like wait for him to sit there. It'll actually hit him instantly, but I didn't time it correctly there.
All right, I'm gonna need audience help with counting out the rest of this fight because we gotta hit him 8 times. So that is 1. And he's gonna do this every time. He's gonna do this ridiculous ice attack, and the only way to not get hit is to stand still. That's 2. So if you're playing this game casually, you're like fighting this guy, trying to run from this ice laser, and it is just unfair. You will take 8 damage in this phase for 8 hits. 4. Five. I'm glad someone's keeping count here. All right, so we're getting close to time on 8. This is gonna be 7. 7. Get ready for time. Time. You did it, man.
Yeah, so that's a world record, technically.
It's the best documented time for this game on video, so.
So this run has changed a lot recently, and it's had a lot of recent developments. And also in the practice room, I finally figured out how to do like those bomb clips consistently, so that kind of shaved off time from my run. So that's why this was able to happen here, but.
Yo, take us home, man.
Oh yeah, you're right.
So this is Lilith. You didn't really see her during the run, but the plot of this game is basically like Lilith is possessed by the goddess of light, and Rukafelt, the guy we just killed, is possessed by Sturtoth, the demon of darkness. And it's kind of like, if you go to the good ending, you know, light meets dark and becomes like the angel of creation or whatever. So in the bad ending, you basically just, the bad guy wins. We're getting out of this black hole still, but you didn't really solve the problems.
And yeah, that's pretty much it. Shoutouts to the Bomberman community. Shoutouts to SBW. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed.
All right, guys. Congratulations, LivelyRaccoon, on your Bomberman 64 run. We're going to be right back right after this Twitch ad, so stay tuned and get those donations rolling, guys.